Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Michelle. Today I'm going to be using uh, an entire face of e.l.f. products and talking about some of the new ones as well. So if you want to see how they work on over 50 skin, then keep watching. All right, I have already put on some Thirst Burst drops, and I did put my usual sunscreen on, also the Biore Aqua Rich, but I'm also going to put on some e.l.f. Halo Glow, and this is in the darkest one, the Sunburst. So I'm going to have like 2 layers of sun, plus the skin tint today also has SPF 50. So I'm going to get 3 layers, which means I don't have to glop on a 1/4 teaspoon of my sunscreen or any of these. I'm definitely going to get that 1/4 teaspoon by the time I layer all of these things. So sometimes I've seen some YouTubers talk about, putting so much on, and then they do, and it's they do comment that I'm not getting the finish that I would really want because it's so thick. So this way, if you layer things, you can put on just the right amount of what you want it to look like. I'm going to use some of the hydrating concealer to prime my eyelids with. This is in Fair Beige, but I will use a different color underneath because I think this is a little bit too light for under the eyes. And a little bit goes a long way with this. I may have gotten too much here. I also put some of the Thirst Burst drops on my eyelids too because my lids are crepey. So I'm hoping that will plump them up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to do my brows real quickly, and I love the e.l.f. Brow Wow. I also found some minoxidil at one of the salvage stores that I go to, and I saw Dr. Sam Ellis talk about using minoxidil on your brows. So I have just started doing that, and I'm focusing on trying to grow my tail back and the inner parts of my brows. And then to get those to lie down really well, I do like the e.l.f. brow gel. I just like to pat them down. And then I feel like if I'm still missing some spots, that I can use my e.l.f. brow pencil. This one is in medium brown, I'm pretty sure. It is not the lightest. Of course, we never know. Yes, it's teensy weensy. No, this does say taupe, but to me it looks darker. Okay, and I have snagged the 3 new bite-size eyeshadows. And I'm going to use 2 of those today. My absolute favorite of the 3 is this one, Total Smoke Show. This right here is amazing. And this one is called Cold Brew, and it's all mattes. And this one is Take Your Pink. I'm going to save this one for later. And I'm going to start off with the Cold Brew and use the lightest to kind of set that concealer up there. Sometimes I don't go all the way up because I do want to keep my upper lid moisturized so it doesn't look as crepey. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the next color in the crease. And that's the transition shade. Okay, now I'm gonna switch over to the Total Smoke Show, and I'm gonna go with this matte gray. I'm gonna do it like on the outer corner. I'm gonna kind of pull it in just a little bit. Okay, now there is a darker gray that has a bit of a shimmer, and that's what I'm gonna go with next, using a pencil brush. And I'm gonna use that on the lower lash line. I'm gonna focus right on here. I'm gonna fill in that little triangle there. Now I'm gonna kind of drag it out. Kind of come straight across there. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. And now I'm going to take, let's see, I think I'm going to take that darkest shimmer also, the upper lash line right across. And I'm pulling it up just a little bit. And I'll blend that out in just a second. I'm going to do the other side. I have noticed lately that if I do this technique, putting a darker color right at the bottom and kind of fading up, that my uneven hoodedness is not as noticeable. If I don't do that, then you can see different amounts of my lid space on each eye, and it really does look off balance or like something's wrong. Okay, now I'm going to kind of blend that out with just a clean brush. Okay, and now for the fun part, sparkly one. I'm going to put my finger in it. And then I'm just going to kind of tap, tap, tap all the way across. And into the inner corner so you can see it sparkle there. And on the outer corner as well, and I will clean that up in just a minute if I get some beyond the shadow I already have. Isn't that pretty? Some days I want it to sparkle up in here. Sometimes I don't, but today I'm feeling the sparkle. And I have found something lately called Glysolid. It's like solid glycerin. And it kind of has an iridescence to it. You see that? Just roll my Q-tip in it. Go underneath. So this is gonna really moisturize my under eye. Also act like my Vaseline does when I do it. This is kind of just like Vaseline on steroids. I think it's a lot more moisturizing, if that's possible. I found my first container of it at a salvage store, and then I ordered some off Amazon, so it is on Amazon. And when I got my container off Amazon, the packaging was all in German, so apparently I think this is a German-made product. But it must be sold in our drugstores here, so somewhere. That's how it ends up, or how it ended up at my salvage store. I think they buy pallets of things from drugstores that haven't sold. Done with the eyes for the most part. And I think I'll save concealer for a little bit later. I'm going to start with some complexion, and I'm going to do the Halo Glow, and I love shade 3.5, and I'm going to put that all around the perimeter of my face. I don't want to be shiny in my T-zone, but I do everywhere else. And I usually take a pencil, a nude colored or flesh colored pencil, and put around my lips, and e.l.f. does have one now, one of the new kohl ones, and I've ordered it. We'll see if it makes it here before the end of this face. And I've got the new skin tint, the Halo Glow skin tint. Mine is in shade 8 medium neutral. I have been enjoying a little bit darker shades for summertime. Even though I don't get out in the sun, I want it to kind of look like I do. And the way I can tell if I'm really gonna like either a foundation or a skin tint is by how it makes my pores look. So this is the color. Areas I need more coverage, like my pink rosacea cheeks here, just kind of pat. And it is quite glowy, but it blends into the pores very nicely. Now I'm going to do a little bit of contouring, and I have the Halo Glow Contour Wand. And this one's in Fair Light. I like to find a jowl wrinkle right there, come up a little bit. I do have a new e.l.f. brush, and this is the one that's meant to blend in the new stains they have, but it's good for this too. It's like a kitten paw, and it's only $5, so not bad. Okay, now I'm going to use some putty bronzer in the color Tan Lines. And putty brush by e.l.f. And I do want to point out that Shop Miss A also has a putty brush, very similar. Like the handles look exactly the same too. But I do think the bristles on this one are a little bit more dense. Okay, now I'm going to go over that with some powder bronzer. And this is the Primer Infused Matte Bronzer. Both of these, the putty and this one, are matte. And it's called Sun Soaked. And it looks pretty dark, so I'm going to go easy on it. Okay, now I'm going to do some of the liquid blush in the new color. This one is the Cheeky Lychee, and it's pretty pigmented, so I'm going to do this one in the back of my hand. And I just like to use a dense brush for my creams. And I'm going to set that with the primer infused blush in Always Rosy. And I love to use this shape of a brush for my powder blushes. All right, now I'm gonna do some concealer under the eyes. And this, a little bit goes a long way. I just like to use the warmth of my fingers. And a little bit of my blush under there. And a little bit of my bronzer. That's what's left over. Okay, now my favorite e.l.f. mascara is the Lash Extender. It is the tubing one. And I use Kiss Falscara sectionals, the wispiest ones, on my upper lashes. And I use the Super Stick 5-day glue, so you can wear these sectionals for multiple days. And when you remove them, like with an oil cleanser or baby oil or something like that, it doesn't damage your lashes at all. Now you can see my lower lashes. They're blonde. And so that has been my #1 beauty concern since I started wearing makeup. My lashes were invisible. All right, now I also placed a Walmart order and just got it so that I could try this out. This is the new Smoky Kohl eyeliner. It is an eyeliner, but it's in Beige Flag, and I'm going to use it on the outer rim of my lips. And this will kind of block up my lip lines so that my liner, or neither my liner nor my lipstick, will run into there. I really, really like these lip stains, so that's what I'm gonna go with today. Gonna let that dry just a little bit. Then I also have a new one of these. This is also an e.l.f. lip stain, but it's in a new color, Rose Risen. And this one's kind of a more glossy. So if we can layer these things up, it's gonna last a long time. And doing wedding makeup, I like to layer these things so they'll stay all day and into the night. I also just adore the e.l.f. lipsticks. And this one, I like to do a neutral color on the center. This one is called No Doubt. All right, almost done. Now I'm still very shiny, as you can see. So I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to set under eyes with the Halo Glow setting powder that's loose. And I'm going to use a puff for that. I like to put it in the cap, dab, and then pull off. And lightly tap. Okay, now I'm going to try the new powder, the new pressed Halo Glow. I think I'm going to use a brush for it. You can use that to set everything. Bright brush. Need a fluffy one. Okay. gonna kind of twirl it in there and tap off. Let's see if we like that, or if it's too shiny. I like for my last step to really, really make my pores disappear. And if they don't, I'll try a different powder. I feel like this powder is more of like a highlighting powder. Not a highlighter, but it gives a sheen. So I'm gonna try the loose powder to go over my pores also, and go back to my trusty puff. I like to press in anywhere I have texture or visible pores, just generally in the T-zone. Now I'm going to use, I think I would like a little bit more blush. So I'm going to use the Halo Glow blush in, let's see, I'm going to use Rose Fuselé. It's a little bit darker than the Pink Me Up. Just lightly. See, that functions more as a highlighter, I think. Don't you all think? But I also have the actual highlighter color in Champagne Campaign. That one looks like this. And I had been doing the forehead, but I think it accentuates my big wrinkle up there, so I'm going lighter on that. Okay, the only thing that I think I need more of is more blush. So I'm going to go back in with Always Rosy. I had a really light hand the first time. All right. I want to melt all that back together. And I do have the dewy setting spray, but I don't want to add any more dew to this. I just want to kind of meld it back together. So I'm going to use the coconut mist, the Holy Hydration, first. That has such a nice mister. So I kind of use this kind of like you would the D'Alba First Serum Spray. And then I go in with setting spray, and today I'm just going to use the basic e.l.f. setting spray. And then sometimes I go back in just a little bit more powder. I'm going to do that. And I'm going in with the loose. I wish e.l.f. would come up with a nice pink powder. Okay, I think that makes a difference. Okay, a matte, I want it to be matte. And highlightery, where I want to have a little bit of glow. I just remembered, I forgot to do my favorite lippy. It is the e.l.f. lip oil in the shade Crystal Baller. I've tried almost all of them, and this one's my favorite. Because it's so sparkly and sparkles, hide wrinkles. So this is my finished look for the day. And I want to talk about some of these new products. I really, really love the new bite-sized eyeshadows, especially Total Smoke Show. This is nice too, because you need mattes to start out a look, I think, anyway. This Halo Glow powder, if you want to use it instead of like highlighter, I think that's a good purpose for it. If you like glowing all over, this is it. This is for you. This is a nice skin tint. I think it looks nice. It feels nice. Because I don't like to feel matte. I like to feel soft. It is just a little bit tacky. I think the color's pretty good. But if you're super oily already, you might not want this one. But if you're combo, you can get away with it if you powder. Of course, I really like this for multiple reasons. You can mix it in with things. Gives a little bit of glow, and I only use that on the perimeter. Love all of the new stains in various forms. I do like the Cheeky Lychee color. I just didn't use enough of it, I don't think. But I made up for it with the primer infused blush and bronzers. And as far as wear, I will let you know in the comments how it wears. I've worn this before though, and it does a pretty good job. All right. Thanks for watching. Spread the word. I have like 0 subscribers and hardly any views. So I'd really appreciate if I could keep this up because it's a hobby for me. It's fun. See you next time.